Hi there and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for deciding to click on today's video. I have my best of beauty from 2020 for you. I have so many amazing products I got to try this year that I am just so excited to share with you. I tried to select it down to like my absolute favorite products. These are the ones that I couldn't put down this year that I absolutely adore. So why don't we go ahead and get started. All right, so I wanted to go ahead and start in order kind of how I would do my makeup. So I first want to start with primer. I actually just have one for you. I will be honest with you, I didn't try too many primers and like new primers this year. I did try some, but I didn't find any that were like mind-blowing or anything amazing, but I did find one, and I actually just found this recently at the end of the year, but I've been like nonstop using this one. It's from Hourglass. It's called their Mineral Primer. It's an oil-free broad spectrum SPF primer. This is so good, like really good. The reason I like it is because it does a really good job of like blurring my pores, and it is it's a blurring primer, but it doesn't have like that silicone slippery feel. It actually has a really smoothing property to it. So I feel like when you put like glide on your skin, it feels like really hydrating and really smoothing. And it does a nice job of like blurring out the skin and really just giving you a nice canvas for your makeup. So I've really been liking this one. Like I said, I just got it like the end of the year, but I haven't been able to put it down since I tried it. I really enjoy it. And I didn't really have too many other standout primers that I tried. Foundations, however, I have 4 to share with you guys. I love trying new foundations. I love testing them out, seeing how they go. I've been doing quite a few foundation reviews on my channel this year, so I found quite a few that I really enjoy. If I were to say like my favorite out of the 4 that I am sharing with you, it is actually from Maybelline, and it's the Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation. I really love this. I've actually used up, if you guys can see, so much of this. I'm like almost down to more than halfway on this bottle. I have not been able to put this down. I absolutely love the coverage that this gives, but it also looks so radiant like it says, but it looks so smoothing and just like amazing on my skin. I would say this has like a medium to buildable coverage, but it's kind of like my sweet spot when it comes to foundation. I like for my skin to show through a tiny bit, but I also want it to kind of, you know, cancel out the redness that I have and to just help kind of even everything out. And I feel like this one does a really good job at that without being like too mattifying, but being mattifying enough. I don't find my skin getting super oily at the end of the day with this one. I just think it looks really nice on my skin. And then another one that I have that I really enjoyed, I have a full review on this one in case you want to see. I have a mask test as well, but this is from Huda Beauty, and this one really surprised me. This is called her Faux Filter Skin Finish stick foundation, and I don't love stick foundations. Like in my review, I was so skeptical because I'm like, I'm just not the biggest fan. I just don't love stick foundations. Like I've never found one that I really like. And then I found this one and I'm like, I really like the way this looks. It is a mattifying foundation, but it's not too mattifying. It kind of is more of like that natural finish, which you'll see with all of these foundations really. But I found this one to just be really nice on the skin. It wore really nicely. It didn't transfer. It just has a really nice wearing time. And it also, like I said, does a really good job with just like looking natural. It looks like your skin, and I have been excited that I found this in a stick foundation because I just typically don't go for those. So that's one I do enjoy. And then also another favorite for me, this is from The Ordinary, and I actually didn't know they had foundations, but I found this one and I added it to my cart. I was like, okay, it was like $6, and I was like, well, I'll try it. This is their Serum foundation. It's a lightweight serum foundation, and I really like this. The shade that I have is too natural, so it's the light medium neutral. This looks really nice on the skin. It's very similar to the Maybelline in the finish that it gives. I would say this one is a little bit more liquidy, where the Maybelline has more of like a moussey texture. This one's quite liquidy when you put it on, but when you blend it out, it looks very natural on the skin. This one has a little bit less coverage than the other 2, but you can build it up nicely. And for the price point and the fact that it has like a dropper, I think this one is really great. Again, it's $6. You don't get a ton of product in here as opposed to the other foundations. Like it has one fluid out, so you do. Just kidding. You get the same amount as you do with this one, and this is $6. It's really nice. I highly recommend you check it out. I found mine, I believe, at Ulta, but I will have it linked down below. Everything I mentioned will be linked down below for you. And then I actually fell in love with this year, and I know it's not a newer foundation, but I did want to mention it just because I've been loving it so much. It's from Bare Minerals. It's the original foundation from them. It's their loose foundation. I don't know why I never tried this. It's been around forever, and I know a lot of people that love it, but I I have never found a powder foundation that I enjoyed, and I know that this is like a loose powder, but still, like, I've never had this experience where I'm like, stick foundation, powder foundation, like, who am I? But it's been so easy to just throw this on my face really quickly. It does a nice job of blurring out your skin. It actually gives you really good coverage for a powder, like loose powder, and I just think this looks really natural when I use it, and it's so easy and fast because I can literally just dust this all over my face and be done. I also put this on my under eyes too, and it actually does a pretty good job of like canceling stuff out on my under eyes if I don't feel like wearing concealer that day. So this is great for if you want like a quick out the door kind of makeup. And I don't find it like heavy or cakey, or it doesn't like cling to dry patches or anything like that, at least on me. I have it in the special and limited edition packaging that I did get from Ulta, but I know they have it in just like their normal packaging. All right, and then moving on to concealer, I just have one for you. This is from Covergirl. It's their True Blend Undercover Concealer. Pretty much, I would say this and the Too Faced Born This Way are like the only concealers I used. I did reach for my Light Illusion from Flower Beauty quite a bit, but this one for me was just like an absolute standout. This one is so nice. Definitely a dupe for a lot of my high-end concealers. I love this one more than most of them. Like, this has easily became my absolute favorite. It has amazing, amazing coverage. It's what I have on my under eyes right now, but it's not too heavy. It's not super drying. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't like crease a ton on me. It just looks really nice. I also love using this as an eye primer. You guys always see me mentioning it in my videos because I use it to prep for eyeshadow as well, and it works really well for that. Better than any other concealer I've tried. I just feel like it makes your eyeshadow just really pop, and it looks really nice. It doesn't crease or anything like that. So this has been an absolute favorite standout for me this year. I love that concealer, and I love that it's affordable as well. I love finding affordable products. I say I love finding affordable products, and I'm about to mention Charlotte Tilbury because powders this year, I have two. I have an affordable one, and then I have a high-end one. So I'll go with the affordable one first. This is from e.l.f. This is their Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is really pretty. I had quite a few products I'm going to mention from e.l.f. I feel like they've really been a standout for me this year. I love a lot of their products, and this one for me was one that I just like absolutely fell in love with. This one looks so hydrating and natural on the skin. You can use this one even on your under eyes, and it just gives the healthiest like glow, but it's not too glowy. Sometimes I feel like with glow powders, like they can look like almost like a highlight on your skin. This one doesn't at all. It just looks like healthy and natural glow. It's very finely milled. It's not too heavy or anything like that. They do have a matte version as well, which is really nice, but I really prefer the glowy one. And then I have the Flawless Filter powder from Charlotte Tilbury. I have actually mentioned this in products that I hate that everyone else loved video, and now I'm like, I love this. It just took me time. It just took me time. I feel like this year I've been getting into obviously more powder, the more we have to like wear masks and we want our makeup to like obviously stay in place more. And this one is great for that. It's also really great for touch-ups, which is what I've been using it the most for. And I feel like that's where this product kind of shines if you use it as a touch-up powder. So for me, I've mentioned it a bunch, but this year my skin got super oily. So I've actually always had like normal to, I would say, dry skin. And after I had my son Rowan, my skin instantly was like, nope, it's oily now. Like, I was like getting oily after like a couple hours of makeup, and I didn't know how to handle it because I was never used to having to like powder throughout the day. And so I really was trying to like work through my powders and figure out which one works best for me. And this one just works amazing at resetting your makeup. If you are getting oily, you just put a little bit of this back on your skin, and it kind of just like refreshes it, smooths everything out, and it just gives you like that back to, you know, like natural looking skin. So that's what I've been using it a bunch for. I've used, as you can tell, a lot of this. I have the shade number 2. Let's go ahead and move on to bronzers. I have 2 to tell you guys about. The first one I have is actually a duo. This is from Complex Culture. It's called their Overtime Contour and Blush Duo. And this one is great. If you haven't tried Complex Culture, they have some really amazing products. Their highlighting palette, I could not find it for the life of me, but it is the highlight I would mention in today's video. I have one other highlight that I'm going to talk about, but that one I feel like is so amazing. It's such a pretty palette. It has 2 highlighting shades. I highly, highly recommend this brand. They really became one of my standout brands of the year. I have some brushes from them that I absolutely adore. Their cheek products have just been really standout to me. So this one again is called the Overtime Contour and Brush Duo, but just a very blendable formula, not too pigmented, but very pigmented, lasts really long on the skin. It has like that smooth, like satiny like feel to it, so it doesn't feel like heavy or overweight or anything like that. It's just really nice. Also, the packaging I feel like is amazing. They have really nice mirrors on them. It's very luxe feeling. It's just like sleek. I just really enjoy this compact here. And then I also have from Ofra, this is probably my most used bronzer this year, is the Samantha March River bronzer that she got to come out with. Samantha is one of my good friends here, and I just love that. I just love her product so much that I'm mentioning it in a favorites video because that's so exciting for me. But I absolutely adore this bronzer. It is a duo. Again, I love duo products because I feel like you can get multiple uses out of them. For me, what I do most with this one is actually mix the two shades, but I have found myself reaching for the illuminating side more than I thought I would because I'm not someone who loves like a super glowy bronzer typically, but actually reach for this quite a bit. I've even topped this on other bronzers, like just the glowy side, because I feel like it just gives you a healthy glow without looking too glowy, and it doesn't like also look like a highlight. It kind of just makes your skin look just a teensy bit glowy, but mixing these two together is really nice, and Ofra has a great formula of bronzer, so I really enjoyed this one. And then for blush, I have two different blush formulas. This is the highlight I'm also going to talk about. I want to mention that Complex Culture one. I'm going to link that down below as well because I do really like that one. But I really stepped away from highlight this year. I typically love highlights and I feel like I enjoy a blinding highlight. Today I have on one from Ofra that I do really like. If you are curious on this look, I do actually have on from Ofra. This is their new palette. This is the Good to Go mini mix palette. This one is really nice. I've really gotten into Ofra's eyeshadow formula this year. You'll see another favorite from them with that, but this palette is really nice. I have the bronzer, the blush, and then also the highlight here and the palette on my eyes. So this is in collaboration with BoxyCharm. They just came out with that one, so I'll also link that down below for you. But the e.l.f. Bite Size Face Duos were definitely a favorite for me this year. I do have a full review, so watching all of these in case you are interested. But I use these a bunch. I love the blush in here. I think they are absolutely beautiful, and the highlights I think are stunning. I think they're gorgeous. If I was reaching a highlight, I was grabbing one of these duos because I think they are just so pretty. They have lots of different color options. I believe there are 8 of them or 6 of them all together. I can't remember, but they are really nice. They're, again, $3, so they're super affordable as well. My favorite one that I actually used from them is this one right here in Coconut, which I wouldn't think I would like, but this was actually one of my favorites because it has this shade right here, which you can actually use as a bronzer. So I use that a lot. It's a little bit more red than I typically go for with my bronzers, but I actually enjoyed that, like something a little bit different. So I use this one a lot. I liked the highlight in there as well. Also, another one that I used a bunch is Cantaloupe, which I don't see here, but that one was also a favorite of mine in the duos. Okay, and then the other blush formula that really stood out to me was from Persona. This is their Super Blush, and they came out with 2 different shades. I have Georgia and then also the shade Carmel, and for me Carmel was like my standout, but I did really like the formula of this, so that's why I wanted to mention the shade Georgia as well. I do really like that one, but for me I love a good like mauve blush, and this one is absolutely beautiful. Again, very lightweight formula, very easy to blend. It's not like overpowering, but it's just pigmented enough. It lasts really well on the lips, on the cheeks, and I've really gotten into blush this year. I've used a lot of different formulas, and this is by far one of my favorites. Okay, so like I mentioned, I don't really have any other highlights, so I'm going to move on to the eyes now. We're going to talk about the eyeshadow palettes. e.l.f. came out with these bite-sized eyeshadow palettes. I know a bunch of you have probably seen these in favorites videos. Personally, do really like them. They're not like my absolute favorite formula, but I do think they're nice. This one is one of my favorites that I have. This was the Akayu palette, and I did use this one the other day. It's really fun. It works really nicely. And then I was talking about Ofra's formula and how I really enjoyed their eyeshadow palettes this year. They came out with these signature palettes, which are 5-pan eyeshadow palettes that actually have a highlight in the middle. This one is in Luxe. I use this one a bunch. I feel like it's such a nice, just like bronze, easy palette. Every time I go into this, I really love the look I come out with. It's very like, I love these smaller palettes for the fact that you know what you're going to do when you go into this. Like, I know exactly what kind of look I'm going to get with this palette. They have quite a few other ones that I can go into and just be like, okay, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to do that kind of look. Like, I think these are really great quality and very user-friendly. If you are a beginner, I think these are super great to get into. And then also ColourPop. You guys know I love me some ColourPop. I had 2 favorite palettes from them this year. So the Wild Nothing collection was actually a big favorite collection of mine from ColourPop. I'm going to talk about a lip product from there that I really enjoy. But this palette for me, I reached into a bunch. I thought it was such a gorgeous palette. I think they curated it really well. I know it's a little bit lighter, and I have heard people say like they thought the tones were too similar to each other, but every time I reached into this, I loved the look I came up with. Like, absolutely loved it. And for me, the foiled shimmers in here, like this green one right here, I just think was like absolutely amazing. Also, the Baby Yoda palette, that's another one from ColourPop that I absolutely adored. Like, I think the formula in there was really good as well. And then lastly from ColourPop, I have the Stone Cold Fox palette. I just think this is such an amazing palette. I think it's perfect for me because I love me some cool tones, but this one It's just like everything I want in one palette. You have the mattes, you have the shimmers, you have the foiled shimmers, you have, you know, those deeper shades, you want to deepen something up. It is large, but it's not too large. I just feel like this is just like my go-to set palette. Like I could use this every day and be happy and content. I think the formula is really nice in here, and I just, again, love how much versatility this one palette has. All right, and then the last eyeshadow palette for you I have is this one from Huda Beauty, and this is her Naughty Nude palette. This is a newer release. This one came out, I think, a couple months ago. It was a holiday release. I really like this palette. I've reached into it a bunch. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love the tones in here. I love the marble pans. I think she did a really great job with this like marbled foiled shimmers. I think they're very beautiful. You just grab them with your finger, tap them on. They're so easy to use. The mattes are blendable. I just think it's a really great curated palette. I love the colors she chose for it. I love the mirror, everything about it. I think it's a really, really nice standout palette to me. And then I'm going to move into eyes. I'm going to talk about mascara. I feel like for me, mascara was a big deal this year. We were wearing masks a lot, and I feel like for me, I just wanted my eyes to pop because I didn't have much, you know, face makeup to do anything for me. So I really got into mascara, and I have 3 that are absolutely amazing. Some of my favorites. The first one is from Grande. It's their Grande Drama Intense Thickening Mascara. This one does have castor oil in it, so it's going to help thicken and lengthen your lashes. I feel like my lashes have really just done a 180 this year. I feel like I have such long lashes that I never had, and that is thanks to Grande's products. I've talked about their serums a million times. You guys are probably sick of hearing about them, but I think they really do a big difference. And also their mascaras, I think using these in correlation with my other mascaras, I think has really helped my lashes, because this kind of coats your lashes at the same time with those, you know, peptides that you need to help them kind of stay healthy. So that was a favorite for mine. It looks very voluminous. It looks very nice on the lashes. And then also, this is probably my absolute favorite. It's from The Balm. It's their Mad Lash Black Mascara. This isn't new, but it's new to me in the new year, and this was so good. I actually saw my friend Kelly Gooch talking about it, and I was like, I need to try that mascara because she just recommended it so much, and it was just, it's a standout for me. My lashes never look better than when I wear this. Like, they look long, they look full, like they look like I have false lashes on, and I don't have to do barely anything to get them there. Like, I feel like you can just coat your lashes. I normally do 2 coats with this, twice, and I'm like, my lashes look so good. And then this other one is actually the one I have on right now. This is a new favorite to me. It's from L'Oreal, and it's their Air Volume Mega Mascara. This one is really nice as well. I will say with this one, I don't feel like it gives me a ton of drama the way that the other 2 do, as far as like fullness and stuff, but the length that this one gives is so nice. Like, I feel like my lashes look so long. They're also separated really nicely, and I love the wand on this one. I feel like it's really easy to coat your lashes. It's a little bit of a thicker wand. All of these stay really well on me. None of them smudge or anything like that. I like them on my lower lash line as well, so definitely stand out mascaras. And again, mascara I feel like was a big thing for me this year, and I kind of like tried them all. Okay, for brows, I do have a brow pencil from Ulta that I want to mention. It's their Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. I actually went through my entire tube of mine, so I don't have it for you guys, but it's actually a pencil. It's a fine micro brow pencil. I just feel like it did a really great job at filling in my brows. I'm not too picky when it comes to brow products. I feel like for me, I'm just kind of like brow pencil and I'm good to go, but that one for me was really nice. It's not too waxy, but it's waxy enough. The price point is really good on it. It's under $10. I just think it's a great brow pencil, so I'll link that down below, but I'm sorry I don't have it to show you guys. And then I do want to move into lips. I just have a few lips products to share with you that I absolutely loved. First, I want to talk about lip liners. I really got into lip liners this year. I feel like I've been using them a bunch. Kokie Cosmetics has an amazing lip liner. It's their retractable lip liner. 2 of my favorite shades were Pink Mauve and then also a Dusty Rose. This is just so nice on the lips. It does a really great job of lining your lips, but it also kind of keeps your lips in place. Like, I feel like you could apply this even all over the lips. I've used it as a lip like product a bunch as well, and it has a ton of product in it. It's retractable, it's a lip crayon, so it's not going to be one that you're going to like need to pull or tug or do anything to get it to show up. So I do really like that one. And then I want to mention this one. It's not new or anything, and it's like a staple I feel like for a lot of people, but it's the Ruby Woo lip pencil from MAC. I wore a ton of reds this year. You guys will see I have a favorite red lipstick for you that I wore like a ton. So for this this combination with the red lip that I have for you, I absolutely like adored. And this one, MAC lipsticks, I feel like, or MAC lip liners, I feel like are so great. I feel like I use them all the time anyways, but this shade in particular I feel like is really great with a red. And the lipstick I'm actually talking about is the Candy Apple Red from KKW. This is my first time trying KKW's lip products. I have went through so much of this, like you can't probably tell, but like I've used this probably like I don't know, 15, maybe more times, 20 times. Like, this is such a nice formula. I can't wait to get more shades in it, but the Candy Apple Red is just like that true red that I feel like just looks amazing. Also, the formula of this is incredible. I feel like it stays amazing on the lips. I wouldn't think that like a cream formula, this is a cream, would stay this well, but like you can apply this and it'll be on for hours. Like, it will literally not budge. It's so beautiful. I wouldn't say it doesn't budge because it's a cream, so it is going to transfer, but it actually like stays on your lips really well. So even if you are eating, you're doing other things, like it's still gonna hang out, it's still gonna stay. I also love the packaging on this. I love that it's clear. And then for a gloss, I actually have her sister right here. This was my favorite gloss. I'm actually gonna put a little more on because it's kind of gone away because I've been filming this for so long now. But this is such a beautiful gloss, you guys. Like, it gives your skin, like your lips, the wettest, juiciest look. As you can tell, like, it just makes them look plumper. It's a nice, comfortable formula. It's a little bit of a thicker formula, so it definitely has like a little bit of goopiness to it, but it's not like overly goopy where it's gonna get like on your teeth or stick around or anything like that. I've actually almost went through this entire tube. Like, you can see right here, this is where it is, like way down here. Like, it is by far my most used gloss this year. It's in the shade Clear, if I didn't mention that. It's called her High Gloss. I don't have a ton of products from Kylie. I'm not one to like rave about her brands or anything, but this is just like a standout product for me. I want to try that gloss in like all the colors because I absolutely love the formula so much. And then the last product I have here is some lip oils, and these are from ColourPop. And as I mentioned, the Wild Nothing collection was a big hit for me. I really enjoyed that collection. And that is when they launched their lip oil formula. They've now came out with quite a few other shades, but this is a really comfortable formula. I really got into lip oils this year. e.l.f. also has an amazing lip oil. That one I used a ton as well. I don't know why I didn't bring that one out for you, but I'll link it down below. It's awesome. It's great. It lasts really long on the lips, and it also, I think what I love about the lip oils is that they actually feel a little bit more comfortable than a gloss. Like, even this gloss right now, like, you can feel it on your lips. Like, it's a little bit thicker, but the lip oils, I feel like they just feel very hydrating. You don't really feel them, but they also like give you the shine of a lip gloss, and I think that's what I love about them so much. And I'm not a fan of like every single lip oil because I feel like some of them are a little bit too slippery and stuff, but these are a little bit thicker, which is what I like, and they're just very comfortable. They look really nice with a lip liner. Just like pair that with that and you're good to go. The shades that I have here are Hot Shot. This one here is just a clear, and then I also have Playa Vista, and they're all just really nice. I really enjoyed all three of them. I use them a ton. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm out of breath because I'm like, I was talking so much, but I wanted to get through all these products with you guys. I know this video is a little bit longer, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here, but I really feel like I found some great products this year. I'm very happy with these products in my collection, and I hopefully got to help you guys in maybe finding a new product that you might want to try this year as well. So thank you so much for everything, again, you've done for me in 2020. I can't wait for 2021. I have so many fun things planned and fun things up my sleeve. I know it's going to be an incredible year, and I cannot wait to share it with all of you. So again, I'm going to link everything down below, so in case you're curious about anything I mentioned, go down to the description box and check out the links. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see ya in my next one. Bye, friends.